Hello everyone, I'm Andrew Camp from TubeBuddy, here from a man who needs no introduction, Roberto Blake.
How's it going, you guys?
They want to know, how did you get to where you are in speaking engagements? How did you build your brand so you could do these speaking engagements? And what was it like when you first started?
You know, Andrew, a lot of people don't know this about me. Like, when I was in high school and college, I hated public speaking.
Really?
I was terrified about it. A lot of times, I was always bullied in school anyway. So going up in front of the same people that bully me every single day was not something I was always looking forward to whenever I had to read speeches or do poems or whatever. Putting yourself out there, it's hard. It's like, so working up that confidence and courage isn't easy. What I would tell a lot of people they could do is they could look up and see if they have a Toastmasters in their area. Toastmasters is a great environment and community where you can actually practice your public speaking, get feedback from real people, and you can even do it competitively, and it's just great. I didn't do that, but I recommend it. I have a lot of friends who have. Hashtag not sponsored. So that's it. For me, the part about confidence was something I gained from YouTube and online video. That really helped me with confidence in articulating my ideas and presenting them and being able to take feedback and criticism. And it helped me like narrow things in. From a brand building perspective, as you know, it helped establish me as a subject matter expert in multiple categories because of my experience. So you actually need to be experienced in something or have a compelling story to be a public speaker. If you have a motivational story in your life, you can be a motivational speaker. I have one of those as well. But then the more practical thing is if you have tactical advice that's very specific. Let's say you're a real estate agent. You could talk about recruiting, or you could talk about how you use social media as a real estate agent and how you build your sales funnels, things of that nature. Or if you are a creative professional, you could talk about the experience of what it's like to work in your industry. And you could speak to maybe schools or campuses. You could volunteer at conferences that have speakers that they don't pay. Not everything pays. You could speak at schools. You could even start your own event, local library, do a pop-up or work with a local venue and do small engagements. Record everything with video so that you have proof of a body of work. Get testimonials of people who have enjoyed your sessions, whether it's event managers or attendees or both ideally. Those kind of things definitely help. And then when you're trying to be a speaker and you've gotten some traction, you've done some free gigs, one of the best things you could do is get sponsors and partners like TubeBuddy, people who can help you with some of the financial end, because not only do some of the conferences not pay for speakers, sometimes they don't cover your expenses. So if you want to go profitable, or at least don't want to go out of pocket to become a public speaker early, start shoring up relationships with brands and sponsors that can help you and where you can provide value for them, and at events where they either have a presence already, find out who the sponsors are for the events that you're going to, or at events you'd want to go to, reach out to them and then figure out how you can provide value for them, what you can do. And I think that is how you build part of your brand and your business as a speaker. Obviously, content helps. Pick a platform, stick with it. YouTube is great. It's an archive. It's searchable. Maybe you could do Facebook. Maybe you do live videos in Facebook. Maybe you do enough stuff in Instagram, enough people see you, and they like your style. They like how you present, and that could be enough. For speakers, I really still feel like YouTube is the strongest overall platform for speakers. I would probably build up a demo reel and buy ads against that in Facebook and Instagram. Do like a 60-second movie trailer version of you as a speaker with voiceover, a few soundbite clips, videos of you on stage and things like that, and then some direct-to-camera stuff, high emotional impact. Like, hire someone like Andrew to film it for you, edit it, make it nice, make it fancy. And then, you can run it organically or buy some ads against it. Target event marketers, throw it up in LinkedIn, see what happens.
All fantastic advice. And I think one of the things that people get confused with is they see the final result, but they don't see all the back end work. People work for years in the shadows for that 15 minutes, that 60-minute talk on stage. And I'm sure that you've had many experiences. You mentioned earlier in high school, you weren't the one to give the public speaking engagements. And I think that's interesting because so many people, they focus so little on the hard work, just the success. Would you agree?
Yeah, people look at the final product and they don't look at the process. They don't look at all the failures, everything that's on the scrap heap. And that's sad to me. That bothers me a lot. Is the thing that I'm probably the most frustrated by sometimes in the world of marketing and media and social media and YouTube. It's so frustrating that people, they want the outcome, they want the end game, and they don't want the sweat, the pain, the tears, like the frustration that comes with working your way from zero, from nothing. Everybody who has anything started with nothing for the most part. Very few people were gifted with an advantage or with genuine opportunity. And even then, a lot of times they still had to work to overcome the notion that, oh, it was easy for them. Sometimes there was some underlying thing there where even if they were given the opportunity, everyone was rooting against them. That's still hard. Everybody's calling you out. That's still hard, and even if you think you've made it, what you'll find is that there's no such thing as making it. It's always something. It's always something. If it's not this thing, it's that thing. It's like, so that might sound discouraging, but like, I'm trying to paint the reality that you can do these things. Don't mistake accessibility for level of difficulty. Some things that are not accessible are actually really easy if you could get the access. And some things that are accessible to anybody and everybody are really hard to win at. So don't confuse the two things. Don't confuse access and difficulty level.
You are live on your own channel. You're live on TubeBuddy very frequently. Do you think that has helped you with your public speaking engagements?
110%, Andrew. Like, doing live, I would say that, like, even someone like, I'll pivot. Like, if you were going to do YouTube and you're intimidated to be on camera, start with Instagram stories or Snapchat. Like, that's real. Do some Instagram lives. It's not going to stick around for more than 24 hours. You'll get a little bit of feedback. You get some engagement, and at least you're putting it out there. But then you don't have to necessarily live with it if that's going to bother you or you're going to become self-conscious. This can let you work up your way to doing recorded video on YouTube where you structure your thoughts, and then doing live video on Facebook or YouTube where you engage with an audience, you get feedback, and where you can't edit out your mistakes. That gets you comfortable and helps you start to think about your pattern of speech, your pacing, how you articulate. You'll notice, like, Andrew's not even having to do a lot of editing for this interview because my speech pattern and the way I think about these things and how quickly I can think, and we didn't script this, we didn't plan this. I don't even have bullet points like I usually do for YouTube. I can do this and do it cold because it's not that challenging after all the work doing 1,000 videos, 1,000 live streams, 70 talks on stage over the last 3 years. That body of work, the things that you guys don't see, the practicing beforehand, all of that adds up to being able to deliver cold anytime I want. And so I would say that a lot of people are not putting in the practice to get the final polished product.
Couldn't agree more. So what can TubeBuddy do to help live streamers?
So, a lot of our friends like Owen Hemseth, Nick Nimmin, Brian G, Salma, Amy, the TubeBuddy crew, so to speak.
The TubeBuddies.
Yeah, the TubeBuddies. Hey, there you go. Yeah. So like the TubeBuddies, I think that what I would like to see our community do is more training. It's great to do Q&A, but I like actual training, almost webinar style stuff. I also think that would be great, and not just doing stuff on the TubeBuddy channel, but I'd like more cross collaboration between us and TubeBuddy.
That gives me work, so I like hearing that. Hold for that. Luckily, that didn't come until after that. I will probably keep this in as bloopers because, folks, one thing is I hate, and I see this in our comments, is I wish I was as perfect as Roberto. And I know your eyes went big, but I see that about Nick, I see it about Owen, and it's this misconception that we're all perfect from the start that I think ruins people.
No, it's remember, it's everything I did, it took me 1,000 videos, and that's what I put out. It took the 1,000 videos that I put out. That's not the stuff that's on the cutting room floor. That's no. So that's real to me. It's the fact that people only see the final product, and that's what we want to put out there, is something that's good, that respects people's time, that is not distracting. That's why we don't do the unfinished product, right? I mean, You balance the audio levels, you fix the lighting, you do that's real and it's necessary. And I know that it also paints this illusion, but it's not really for that purpose. It's for the purpose of being respectful of people's time and delivering the best experience for them. And people don't necessarily get that you can't just do that. The talent to just do that is very rare. It's all down to practice. Like any athlete, like any musician, it's down to practice. No one just picks something up and is good, less than 0.01%, if anything. And not everyone needs to accept that they may not be that kind of unicorn.
All right, Roberto, for everyone here on TubeBuddy, I'm pretty sure they know where to, but just remind us, where can we find you?
So you guys can find me at Roberto Blake pretty much everywhere in social media. You can find me on YouTube at youtube.com/RobertoBlake2, just like the number 2. And I also want people to start checking out awesomecreatoracademy.com and the YouTube Starter Kit. TubeBuddy is actually a partner on the YouTube Starter Kit. If you're a paying member of TubeBuddy, you actually get 50% off. So, Andrew, you're going to link that up, right?
100%. Links will be in the description down below. I use the starter kit myself. It's really helpful. Everyone, thank Roberto in the comments below. Roberto, thank you so much again. Any final words for those out there who want to do public speaking?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing I would say is start to narrow your focus to what's your big concept in terms of what you want to speak on. Figure out what type of speaker you are. If you want to do stuff that's more educational or business, you have to become a subject matter expert in that thing. So really focus there and build up your credibility. If you're going to be a motivational speaker, then you have to have a truly compelling story and you have to know who you want to serve. You also have to know what your why is. So just decide which route you're going to go and, don't be nervous. Put yourself in positions to get feedback. Make sure it's all, constructive. Ignore any haters or hecklers. And beyond that, I would say just go for it.
Roberto Blake, thank you so much. Said your full name for full effect. Everyone, you can check Roberto out in all the links in the description. Thank you so much for all you do, Roberto, in this space.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you. From everything and more, TubeBuddy, please check out all of the content here on our channel. There will be stuff in the end screen as well as some bloopers. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
Amy. Bloody hell.
You were doing great, Roberto.
Yeah, it's fine.
Bloopers are always fun.
Right. I'll call that back. That's Canada.
Wait for more people to... Those three, and then we'll go again.